Whew. So, E3 has not even started yet, and the new Xbox is already getting even more hate because of their officially released public statements talking about their connectivity and game sharing options, pre-owned games, things like that, what you could do. And oh my god, I think I gotta weigh in myself. Now, personally, it doesn't really affect me or bother me all that much. I mean, I want to explain it. Right now, what you're seeing all over the internet is people raging and ranting because they need something to talk about. The fact of the matter is, you're watching YouTube videos, you're probably an online gamer, and most of us are online gamers. Majority of the gaming we do is online. Yeah, you know, we play campaign and whatnot, but most of the time, our consoles are connected to the internet. They are constantly connected. For those of us who own Xbox, we pay for Xbox Live right now. We pay for the ability to use the internet we already have. So I don't understand why people are upset about having to be connected every 24 hours to use your console for the games. Now, I understand that that initially sounds bad, but it's setting a precedence, and basically it's something that's going to happen with all consoles eventually anyway, which is you're going to need to be online to play your games, seeing as majority of these games are online games anyway, multiplayer oriented. I know there are a lot of single player games that aren't multiplayer oriented. You know, games like Batman, for example, Arkham City. That's a game I loved, and I didn't need to be connected to the internet to play that game at all. I understand that, but for pretty much every other game that I play, especially the most played games on Xbox, they're all online based. So the company is basically taking the initiative. I mean, it's weird that Microsoft is the one to do it, but they're taking the initiative and they're saying, look, majority of our gamers are online gamers. They've been paying for our Xbox Live services. I mean, look at the millions of people who use Xbox Live in the first place. So yeah, they've based their console around that. Alright, there's no need to be upset unless you're in the military and you're using a console overseas, which in most cases they're just not going to be using the console. You know, they're not going to be using an Xbox One overseas. It really sucks, but you know, they're obviously not the target audience, and I can understand that. You know, it's not a malicious act by Microsoft to try and hurt gamers. So don't look at it that way. Now, moving on from that, you know, use games. We've talked about this for a while, me, myself, and a whole bunch of other YouTubers. We've talked about this, is that gaming is going to be digital only at some point. You know, the consoles are going to catch up to PC in that manner. It's going to be digital downloads. Hard drive space is increasing. Internet connectivity is becoming a standard. Pretty soon, digital copies will be a standard. Now, it's not happening right now, but this is the first step in that direction, in that when the console makers are straight up saying that the publishers will have the right to deny or allow people to sell their games to participating vendors, what that means is that eventually, one of these days, it's likely that the publishers are going to say no more. Because when it comes to PC, that doesn't happen anyway. You know, so the consoles are going to be catching up to PC in that manner too, because the publishers will be able to say, hey, holy crap, we can make a lot more money if we don't allow these used games to be sold and bought under our nose like that. They haven't wanted it to happen anyway. They don't want it to happen because they don't make that profit that they make from selling a brand new game. They don't make that profit at all. So they don't want you selling your games anyway. And by the console makers completely giving the publishers the rights, it means that one of these days the publishers are all going to get together and say no more. So, you know, I don't know what that's going to mean for companies like GameStop in the future, but right now they're still going to be around. Alright, right now you're still going to be able to get your used games from GameStop. It just means that a publisher here or there might not allow a game to be sold, and probably at certain stores. I mean, it also leads you to believe that there's going to be certain exclusive stores where you can go to buy certain games at. You know, it's a great marketing ploy. You know, certain companies like Target or Walmart or even GameStop can profit from that even more when you know you can't get your pre-owned game from just anywhere. There you go. Now, when it comes to game sharing, I think the idea that anybody, well, up to 10 people at least, can play my games, I think that's actually kind of a cool idea, that up to 10 people can go to my game library and play any game. That's cool. That kind of alleviates some of the tensions over not being able to just give anyone an actual disc and they can just play it however they want, whenever they want. That kind of alleviates that a little bit. Basically what it looks like is the game companies are finding a way to maximize their profits and to cut out some of the sales that undermine them, you know, with all the used game sales and things like that. So, I mean, you're not losing out as a gamer. You're not really losing out. Pre-owned games, selling and trading, it's a broken system in the first place. As someone who has sold back plenty of games, traded in, and bought pre-owned games as well, it's a broken system. You know, you generally don't get really good deals on those games being pre-owned, and then when you sell them back, you get next to nothing. You know, you paid $60 for a game, and then when you sell it back, you get like 15. No, come on. So anyway, guys, those are my thoughts on the new Xbox and everything that's going on with that. I had to weigh in and tell you guys it's really not that bad. You're not really being hurt as a gamer, so just try to be objective when you see news like that. Anyway, guys, those are my thoughts. I'm your boy, The Black Glove, and I'm out. Peace!